I must say, shout out to Joburg Theatre. They're bringing Whitney Houston. They've got Whitney coming and Tina Turner.
I thought she died.
No, well, she did. But these are just characters.
It's called a tribute show.
Yes. But the lady who plays Whitney, she's unbelievable. I can't wait to see the one who plays Tina.
I must say, some of those tribute shows are great. But, I remember two. There was one that came to the Lyric down at Gold Reef City, ABBA.
Oh.
They were so bad that when they played an intermittent, when they went off the stage to go and get changed, and they played some rock music, and the ABBA guys came back, we asked them please to leave and just leave the rock guys on.
Oh, no.
That's how bad they were. I mean, I'm an ABBA fan, so I was like, okay, my husband was like, I'm not staying, I'm out. He said, I can't even listen. He said, I can listen to ABBA when they're okay, but when they're bad, they're really, really bad. And they also had a really bad one when the Beatles came out to play.
Oh.
The Beatles came and they were terrible. Even my dad said, who was in a wheelchair, can somebody please wheel me out?
Ah.
That's how bad they were.
Wow.
So we just at halftime, like Cats. I don't know if you ever saw the musical called Cats.
No, I haven't.
Well, don't. So
Thank you.
I mean, it's just got cats.
Okay.
And it has some music. And everyone in South Africa thinks it's amazing because it was on the West End.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, some of us went and we said, don't go and see it. You really won't stay. And they were like, no, you just don't have any culture. And then they phoned and said we left. We just couldn't deal with it. It was just, I couldn't. An hour and a half of Cats in the first one and an hour and a half of Cats in the second one, when you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
And it never did.
Like a dog.
There were just these people crawling around like cats.
Oh, wow.
And we all just phoned each other and said, please don't go. And the guys go, no, well, you're not cultural. I was like, okay, well, wish you luck. And then my sister, I remember, phoned at halftime and she was like, I've left. Yeah. She said, do you think they'll notice? I said, nah, I think they're used to having second half empty seats. I think those cats look up and think, obviously, they've gone home.
Were these white people?
Well, they dressed in like a lycra kind of stockingy kind of stuff.
But were they white people?
I don't know. You can't tell because they're covered from head to toe in a stocking. And they just creep around the stage the whole time.
Sounds like something they
and
could
you
do.
kind of look at this and think, maybe something's going to happen. No, not yet. And then you get to halftime and you think, no, I don't think so. Yeah. And then you quietly go out and say, I'm just going to the bathroom. And then you head for your car and hope it's like the theatre police are going to come and find you, So you see all these people like sneaking off to their car and like starting their car and go, did you see Cats? Yes, we're going home.
But some plays are bad. Some plays are bad.
They are.
Yeah.
And in this country, you're not allowed to criticize them because if you do, you won't get invited next time.
Yeah.
So and I think that's unfair. You've got to be able to take criticism to be able to get better.
Absolutely. But my friend, we have a beautiful guest here in the studio.
We do.
Yes. And of course, this is your friend, and you guys were your travel buddy. I love how you guys connect.
We just travel buddies. And I met her like a month ago in Zambia.
No. I thought you guys have known each other for so long.
We literally met in Zambia. We did the fam trip together. We thought the same. Which was great. So when we came back, we decided.
So she's like another you.
Yes.
Black
you
version of you.
can tell by the headband.
Okay.
So we had this photo taken as well in Zambia, which we've used on social media and just connected within literally the first day we connected.
Wow.
And we then decided to go to Cape Town. She came on one of my fam trips. That fam is familiarization trip where you take travel agents and media and corporate to go and see places they normally wouldn't see. And that was Explore Cape Town. That was what we did.
I can't wait to hear the stories, man. Please introduce her to everybody here.
This is Sihle Dube. To be or not to be.
Oh.
Better known as Miss Highway 24.
What?
Yes, she focuses on her business focuses on business expos, business investment people, and knows more people than I've ever known anybody to know.
Wow.
It is through Sihle that we've been able to talk to all these ambassadors who normally wouldn't take us seriously. Because they don't take radio seriously. And here is Sihle, who saw what we did and said, you're a great way for us to tell our stories. And coming up is the Embassy and Business Fair on the 8th and 9th of September.
Exciting.
And that's where we're going to be as well. We were going to have a studio. And Sihle came with me on this Cape Town trip. so that she could see some more venues, because obviously taking this fair on the road is quite important. And if you don't see venues, they send you a picture, but it doesn't quite look like the real thing. Trust me on this one.
Yeah.
Well, you've been to enough hotels.
Yes.
You see the picture. They've taken it with a wide angle lens. You get there and your suitcase doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Doesn't even go through the door.
Yeah.
Never mind be in the room.
Oh, it hasn't been maintained since they last took a picture.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So
Yeah.
we take these people on trips to go and act. There was one, I must tell you.
Okay.
It's a place called Asara Wine Estate. Their bathroom has a chandelier. We just hung around in this bathroom. We were like, just check, they've got a chandelier in the bathroom. And we were all like, no. It's like, yeah, they got a chandelier in the bathroom. And we stood around this bathroom for ages looking at the chandelier. Did you also do that? I think it was one of the suites.
Yes, and also the chandeliers at the wine estate. Where
Everywhere.
they produce the wine.
That's right. In the where the
warehouse
casks are,
yeah.
in the cellar.
Yeah.
They had chandeliers.
Yeah.
So they were saying they actually put tables there for dinner as well.
Oh.
So you don't have to go, you don't have to even open a bottle, you can just be comatose and open the tap.
Wow. Oh, Sihle, welcome to Beyond the Itinerary. I can't wait to hear all the stories, because you ladies, oh my God, I can't imagine a trip with you two.
It was fun. Did you also go same air? Or which airline did you go?
South African Airways, which is the Embassies business fair and conference partner, airline partner.
Oh, I went with same air. And it was a tiny plane. And you know, I don't do small planes. But I got onto this tarmac and I thought, please God, don't let that be my plane. And sure enough, the tiny, dinkiest, smallest one in the whole row was ours. Because you know when you get on the bus and you're going to go to Kempton Park to catch your plane, it's going to be the smallest one. Sure enough, got there, it was the smallest one. I thought, do I get on or don't I? Then eventually I thought, okay, I'll get on. Then I got on, and then as we were taking off, there was a whining noise, and I said to the air hostess, what's the whining noise? She goes, what whining noise? And I'm thinking, am I on the Twilight Zone here? And there was a pilot sitting behind me, and he said, no, don't worry, we're just very close to the engines. And I thought, bit late to get off. And I'm terrified of flying. But they had this young lady on called Shamila. She was the air hostess. And, you know, air hostesses are also safety officers. They're not just air hostesses or stewards. They are first and foremost a safety officer. So you always have to treat them with respect. And I just said to her, she like brought me my coffee, and I was like, do I take my head out of my bag now, or shall I just, okay, I'll have coffee. But she kept coming back to check on me. Are you okay? Are you feeling better? And I was like, and when we landed, I was like, oh, I feel better. This is such a nice flight. I wonder what I'm going to see. And then I saw the terminal. It was so cool. Yeah. And she was really wonderful. And a shout out to her for making me feel, because I was clearly terrified of flying, because I really am terrified of flying. I only fly because I have to. I don't fly because I get great enjoyment out of it. I fly because I can't travel if I can't. Some roads we can't travel on. You have to fly. And I had to fly to this one.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I must say, Geniene is spot on. They're just your whole experience when you explore. It starts from the airport.
Does it?
Yeah, the way you start your day determines the whole
your
schedule,
whole
your whole experience. So this is why we often say that if you're going to be touring and doing educational farm trips, it's important to work with Vamoose Travel, which is Geniene, in the sense that they will make sure that the experience supersedes, and you don't have to be stressing in terms of, okay, now I need a shuttle services to get me to the airport, now I need to plan my day. The whole schedule is planned up front for you. And the advantage, like I said, the partnerships with airlines, which is, for me, I had that experience of Qatar.
Just amazing.
Qatar Airways, when I was sitting there, and I'm like, wow, these are executive airlines, and majority of us hardly experience SAA because we think, oh no, they have that situation. But let me be honest with you, they've revived themselves. And via working with Vamoose, it's just made me realize that it's very key that you have a relationship with aviation, which is your flights, and also the experience from your flight. When you get to Cape Town, we get to the airport, there is a shuttle services waiting for us, there's refreshments, after a long flight, there's that nice lovely coffee, we meet the team, we do the hugs, we do pictures.
And you must admit, it was really funny, because everybody takes photos on their way there. Or they say, I'm leaving now, I'm leaving the airport. Sihle sent us a photo, she's on the aircraft. And of course, everybody becomes friends because you're on a group. So by the time everybody arrives, they recognize each other. But then, of course, the transfer company decided to send 3 cars.
Yeah.
But what they didn't realize is most of us were girls.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the girls love to travel with trunks.
Yes.
So we said, please, can you bring minimal luggage? Because only 2 nights, 3 nights.
Yeah.
Sihle listened, brought little luggage. I don't know how she fitted everything in that little luggage, but hey. So, especially her shoes. So, they brought really big traveling trunks. I was like, guys. And they went, but that's all we have. I'm like, you should buy smaller luggage. So, of course, these 3 sedans were like to the roof.
Wow. Wow. That's incredible, man. Okay, so it was a 3-day visit to Cape Town.
4 days, 3 nights.
4 days, 3 nights.
Yep,
Okay.
and we explored the seaside, the winelands, the mountains, and home.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
we did all 3.
So basically, as I've indicated, that the experience at the airport, our first very exciting was when we got to our first accommodation. We at the Hippo.
Hippo Boutique Hotel.
Yes.
Wow.
And I had a whole. Do you want me to say it as it is? Let me describe it for you.
Okay.
Then you will envision it and like it.
Penthouse.
And you know, just picture yourself going through this experience. I walk in.
Okay.
I'm at the door. On my right, there's a whole lovely self-catering kitchen, fully fitted. Then on my far end, as I walk in, I have a whole setup of a lounge to myself.
And she had the best view of Table Mountain.
A best view of Table Mountain. Then I find myself going upstairs to go and access my sleeping area.
Ah.
Where she put all her shoes.
Yeah. And
she unpacked. She unpacked her suitcase
Yeah.
for 1 night.
yes.
Please
Wow.
note. We had
Yeah.
to wait for her the next day to
Yes.
pack this said suitcase
I
Wow.
felt at home.
because of all her
unpacked.
shoes.
Yeah.
Let's
Wow.
not go there.
So it's called the Hippo.
The Hippo
The
Boutique
Hippo.
Hotel.
Wow.
And right at the close of my bed, where I was sleeping, I have my big tub and my shower there
What?
And a bath.
and the bath.
Yeah, it was pretty cool actually.
A white clean gown, you know, my walking shoes around my sleeping shoes there, white pew, white towels, pew, which is very rare. I must say, everywhere we went in Cape Town, we had pew white gowns and pew indoor walking shoes.
Those
white.
slippers, you know those little white toweling
Yeah.
slippers.
Ah, but those are uncomfortable though.
Well,
Oh
it
no,
depends,
those
you're a
ones were
man.
fully padded, eh? Those
Oh, were
ones
they padded?
I can even
Not
give you
the
the
thin
size.
ones.
They were very thick and nice and comfy.
Oh, okay.
And it's quite interesting because it's a little hotel hidden in like the gardens. So when you drive past it, you will never say that that's what's inside it.
Oh.
It's one of those hidden gems, you know? So we were quite surprised. And when we were waiting for everybody in the reception area, we saw the coffee station had like marshmallows and hot chocolate. And so we just devoured the hot chocolate and the marshmallows.
Oh, wow.
Our excuse while we were waiting for everyone.
And how many guys were in the group?
We were 15.
15, yeah. And
Yeah.
then we had other teams that joined us the next day.
No, I'm saying males and females.
You mean
Oh,
the
we had
males?
one.
Yeah.
We had one man, 2
One?
men. We had Glenn and we had Marco.
Yes.
And Marco was from the tour company and Glenn was from the transfer company.
How did
The rest were girls.
They enjoyed themselves?
Oh, they did because Marco became our official photographer because he was running around
Oh.
filming everything.
Oh.
Like if he could film your shoes, he would. So he was filming everything. But he was. They
Yeah.
were a great bunch.
Yeah.
When we got together and we shared our stories and who we were, and they were actually a wonderful group,
Yeah.
really wonderful group, and blended nicely.
Yeah, so they were quite great, I must say. They fitted in every schedule that we did. They were very reasonable. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't that experience where you're at the mall and you're trying to shop and the mail is like, Mama, you
Yeah.
need to move.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't there. So we were all a big, happy family. And we accommodated each other, and it became one happy experience. So
And we also could share what we thought of the
Yeah.
venues. Because after Hippo, we went to Black Brick for a site
Yeah.
inspection. So we could have a look.
Oh,
Because they're
Black Brick also has a...
in Cape Town. They've got one
Okay.
on the foreshore. And it's a partial self-catering and full self-catering apart hotel.
Okay. Is
So
it the same one like the one in...
the same one as here in Sandton.
Yeah.
yeah.
So very similar and very different in that it is totally black.
Yes.
So it's very. One comment was it was very dark, but their views are exquisite. You can also hear the road because they don't have double glazing. Because the thing about Black Brick is that they take buildings that would normally go derelict, and they refurbish them into apart hotels and sell the apartments to investors. Then they rent it out as a hotel. So that it becomes this whole regeneration of buildings, rather than see all our buildings, especially after COVID, with the buildings not being used.
True.
They're now building, they have one in Bedford View, one in Sandton, one in Cape Town. 2 in Sandton, actually. They've got one in Bedford View. They've now got 2 in Cape Town. They're opening gardens, and they're opening one in Umhlanga.
Wow, incredible,
So
man.
that's the beauty of exploring Cape Town. Also, the accommodation, there's adequate space in those rooms. And also you've got multiple types of suites that you can book yourself into. You've got the executive one, then you've got your mini executive. So you've got all sizes that also suit your budget. And the experience supersedes what I've seen around other facilities. Cape Town, they go the extra mile of making sure you feel at home, like Jean says, unpacked. So wherever I went, the facilities allowed me to pack in, feel at home. And also the experience of also having a tea station, coffee station, with the experience of the very own homemade wine in the silos and in the estate. That also supersedes, because we know it's the land of wine, the land of grapes. So when you get there, you must have that experience.
Yeah,
so
that was the Sarah Wine Estate. They got beautiful grounds.
Yeah.
But that night that we did Black Brick, we then went to have dinner.
Yeah.
And Pan Collection has 7 restaurants around Church Square.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have different styles. They have salsa, which is like what style is that? Different.
Different, yeah.
And then around the corner is the Boma, the South African
Yeah.
Boma, and down the road from that is the Nikkei, and then it's the beef and lobster. So each one has a different style. So we had starters at salsa, and they brought us like groups starters, so you could taste a little bit of this and taste. So if you didn't like something, it was okay because you were sharing.
Yeah.
And then after that, we walked
That's actually
over
very
to.
smart, yeah.
It's wonderful because if you're a group of people and you don't want to sit around one
And
restaurant,
eat one thing and just be at
Correct.
one place for too long.
so their whole idea is that
Yeah.
you can have different experiences but with the same hotel group.
Oh.
And then we went over to the Boma,
Yes.
and they had all the South African, the mealie meal, the pap, the sweet potato pie. They were just wonderful. I mean, they had great options. Their sweet potato pie was like just to die for. It was really nice.
Did you guys go clubbing?
No.
Oh.
And then after that, we went to Nikkei.
Okay.
Nikkei was a Japanese restaurant with
Wow, the dessert.
the desserts. You have never seen desserts like these before.
What?
Ever. They were just gorgeous.
And their vegan drinks, the non-alcoholic ones. They did a nice ginger one for me. And also I had tasted earlier on the mint one and the ginger. That one I had at Boma. What I must say is that they have everything for everyone, but we had specific curated cuisines.
Yeah, they
So-
kind of did it for a group so we could taste their whole menu. I don't know if you ever watched Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay runs around and does like kitchen nightmares. Then he
Yes.
always orders everything on the menu and he tastes a little bit of all of it.
Oh,
That's
yes.
pretty much, we were ordered before we got there.
Oh.
It was already brought to the table.
Oh, that's
So it was
incredible.
fabulous. It was really, I can honestly tell you that, and we've got a voice note about that. From
Yes,
Diana.
I was going to
Yes.
jump in there. and
So
just
let's
play them.
quickly play that. She was one of the girls on the group.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. If you just tuned in, this is that travel show that gives you insights as to how to travel, where to travel, and things to do with this amazing team right here in the studio with us. And of course, Vamos Travel will take you places you'll never imagine before. I'm just so in awe of it, man. Let's take a listen to this one.
It's Diane McGowan here, Conference and Event Project Manager for VUCA Group based in Cape Town. Living in Cape Town, we're honestly spoiled for choice when it comes to restaurants. Yet somehow, when visitors ask for recommendations, we often draw a blank. That's why it was such a treat to explore the Pan Collection during our recent fam trip in Cape Town. It really opened my eyes to what's tucked into Heritage Square on Bree Street, a little pocket of foodie magic that's absolutely thriving. We kick things off at Scala, which I have to admit I would never have ventured into on my own. But wow, from the striking decor to the vibrant yellow napkins, the excellent staff and a starter course that set the bar high, it was an experience in every sense. We then pop past Iron Steak, one of my new favorites. It's easy to miss if you're just glancing in, but trust me, it deserves a proper sit-down visit. Boma was next, and a relatively new addition on the block, but it didn't disappoint. Dish after dish of mouth-watering mains were served up, all perfectly prepared and paired with fabulous side dishes. The wait staff were out of this world, with knowledgeable about every ingredient in every dish and absolutely delightful. And let me tell you, the millipap was gourmet level. Not a sentence I thought I'd say, but I'd definitely be back for that. We then strolled over to Hacienda, which boasts the largest selection of tequila in South Africa. The atmosphere and decor, just gorgeous, the kind of place you don't want to leave. From there, we crossed the road and descended into a hidden basement ramen bar, just for a peek. Moody, vibey, and another unexpected gem. Can't wait to try that out. But the absolute highlight of the experience was, to end off our 3 courses, was dessert at Nikai, a Peruvian-Japanese fusion restaurant that just blew us away. From the moment you walked up the stairs and through that glowing pink arch, you know you're in for something special. The staff are incredibly well-spoken and stylish. The dishes were pure gastronomic theatre, and honestly, it's one of the best dining experiences I've ever had. Cape Town's Bree Street is overflowing with world-class foodie finds, and thanks to the Pan Collection, I now have a whole new list of places I can confidently recommend.
Hello. This is Emma from Painted Wolf Wines, where our delicious wines support conservation and have been supporting the African wild dog, very endangered, for 18 years. And by enjoying our wines, you also give back. So, it was lovely to host the inspirational group, had some wonderful individual conversations as well. And we would love to welcome you to our very unique tasting room, which is made up of old concrete wine tanks. You'll see outside the Cape Dutch gables. So it's a wonderful mix of all sorts. And hopefully you'll feel a little bit like you're in a wild dog den and hear the story of our conservation journey with wine.
And of course, that was Emma. And after we left Hippo the next morning, we headed off to Painted Wolf Wines to go and experience wine tasting. And that was such fun because we had people in the group who didn't do wine. But it was okay because there was a glass blowing place next door where they visited. We sat down and tried some wines, and they support wild dogs, the wild dog conservation, which they call the Painted Wolf. It's if you like, it's a legendary name for them. So their wines support that Painted Wolf, and it's really a delish. So we bought quite a few wines, and I must tell you, we had a girl called Claudia on our group, and Claudia just never stopped eating. It was snacking from the time she arrived, because there's other girl called Rechma. She brought food from home. So she brought samosas and chili bites and all that from home. So she flew to Cape Town with it.
Wow.
At Hippo Boutique, we opened it. She said, snacks in my room. So we all piled into one room to have the snacks.
Wow.
No sooner had we left Cape Town breakfast, and Claudia again bought pizza because she was going to get hungry on the way. It was so funny.
Oh, wow.
And chocolate. And then we got to Asara, and there out came the chips and the peanuts. She was hilarious.
Wow.
So she made sure that when we traveled, there was no shortage of food.
Oh, okay.
But then we got to Asara, and Asara is the most beautiful wine estate. Oh my word, did you see that road? When we drove up the road,
the nature that it resembles, the plantations, the trees,
stunning.
As you drive through the experience of the green trees. I mean, in this season, you still see a green tree. Normally, winter, the leaves fall off, they're dry. But the way it just looked, that experience, you normally think you're in a movie, but in real life, and then the experience of the water, the dam, the river, and the beds. I must say, we really experienced nature at its best there.
And it was one of those clear blue
I feel like
days.
I missed out.
You did. The clear blue days.
Thanks, Geniene.
Pleasure. But you're on the next one, so don't worry. But we're doing it again when we do the Embassy Business Fair. We're going on a fam trip straight afterwards.
I look forward to that.
So we're definitely taking you to Cape Town. And I hope that you have one of those buy a house in Cape Town days. That's when the sky's blue, there's no wind and there's no rain. And you think, we have to buy a house in Cape Town. And then you do, and you regret it for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
So, but it was a clear blue day. We had dinner there as well, and the dinner and the food and the wine tasting. They had, Sally was our wine, she was our lady who took us through the wine.
Yes.
She was a black lady who just knew her stuff. We started off with champagne and walked through the wine estate. Just a wonderful experience. A lot of weddings happened there as well. There was, in fact, while we were there, somebody proposed. So they had roses on the lawn, and the family was up on the balcony watching this poor oak, and we kept thinking, as long as she says yes.
You didn't say, don't do it. Don't do it.
And also we had the pleasure of watching the rugby where South Africa literally did the best.
Didn't we play Italy?
Yes.
It was Italy. Yeah.
It was that big thumping of Italy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
It
just
must have been
gorgeous.
amazing.
And
It
the
was great.
conference facilities in that venue, as well as Geniene has mentioned, that also in MICE tourism, like I've indicated before, meetings, incentive, conferencing, and exhibitions. So we also look out for venues that have got conference facilities, and there is a lovely conference facility that can accommodate close to 500 seats.
And when you book out the entire venue, unusually, they will give you the suites at the same price as your standard rooms.
Yep.
So you can treat your VIPs at no extra cost because you've booked out the whole venue. So it's a real plus with the Sara. And of course, the staff was so magnificent, we hijacked the marketing lady to carry on the rest of the trip with us.
Wow.
So she left the next morning. We piled her into the 14-seater, now making it a 15-seater, and piled her into the Quantum, and off we went to Cape Town with her. So we said, you have to come with us on the rest of the trip, which she did. But the next day was quite cloudy, which was when we looked at the weather forecast, we made the activities on what we thought was going to be a clear day, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So we then headed for Table Mountain, and we went up Table Mountain in the new cable cars. And the one good thing about Table Mountain is they try and encourage people to park right at the bottom and catch a free bus up to the top.
Oh, yes.
And that free bus just runs up and down. So you know what? Don't try and drive up and park and be clever.
It's cluttered.
Just
up
park
there.
at the bottom, get on the little bussy. The little bussy does the windy, windy road, takes you up. If you don't
Beautiful
have hill stop,
views.
you don't have to worry about it. And it's got beautiful views.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
So we
That-
caught the cable car up.
That, Jean, I must say, it was the final. When you eat the pudding and then you have your
Absolutely.
cherry on top.
Yeah.
That was the final.
And it
Oh,
cleared
the-
just the
Yeah.
cherry on the top.
Yeah.
It
So
was just cleared a little bit for us to take photos, so we could see the sky and we could see the ocean. And from there, we visited the two
That's the thing
oceans.
about Table Mountains. Like the weather has to be perfect.
Weather
Otherwise, you
dependent.
bought the tickets and then on your
Correct.
way up, the weather changes.
Yeah,
Oh, well, we experienced
Yeah.
that weather change, but the beauty is that, like I've said, working with Vamos Travel,
They changed the weather.
They prepare you.
I wish.
They've got that magic as well. And
Okay.
they prepare you up front. So we were well dressed.
Okay.
I found myself walking up the Table Mountain. I don't know, I did the longest distance. We walked up until we realized that, guys, there's nobody actually around us and it's so safe. So we started turning around, even if we had that little drizzle. I had the jacket that was waterproof, so it didn't
So
go
it was
through.
fine,
It was
absolutely.
fine. So Gene had prepared us to say, if you want, you can bring your umbrella, you can bring your raincoats, you can do whatever, but make sure that you're warm. And immediately when we got to the holding area where we could see the proper view, where there's restaurants and there's a proper view from there where you can take lovely pictures and see the whole sea
Absolutely.
area,
Oh,
and
it's
that
just
experience
beautiful.
was just beautiful. And we had a nice cup of coffee there. It's operating normal world up there, so don't have any anxiety. I didn't have anxiety. I for once
Do you have height problems?
I have, but that day I didn't.
Oh.
Trust me.
The cable car turns round a central pivot point, so I stayed in the middle as well because I'm kind of have this
Yeah.
thing about
The
flying.
cable
and
car turns around.
turns around. So the cable car, as it's going up, is in a swivel
Really?
motion. Yeah. And then the middle stays still, but the outside, so that everybody,
Yeah.
no matter where you stand, you will get a 360-degree view.
That's incredible.
And from there, we went to the Two Oceans Aquarium.
Okay.
And that is a blue flag aquarium, and they look after they're trying to preserve the African penguin. beautiful it's a beautiful aquarium. They've got scientists that work with them. They do a lot of good work for our seas, and it's a world-renowned aquarium, and it's on the waterfront.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Did
and
you guys do the Robben Island?
No. Then
Okay.
from there we went on a sunset cruise. So we did a sunset cruise to go and what Wild Horizons takes you out to go and look at the mountain from a different view. They take you into the sea, and from there you look at the mountain and you see the sunset, and just beautiful. It's really, really a cruise. It's around 4. It was 4:30. Hey, it was
4:30, so that we do catch the sunset.
Yeah, so that you catch the sunset.
And we had the full view of the sunset from the time it starts. You know, when it starts changing that nice color,
The different color, just
into
beautiful.
that, that dark orangish. I don't know. I can't describe it.
I can
But
almost see it.
the just the beauty of experiencing that, and you focusing your eyes on that, and you the cruise is going towards the sunset. You feel like you're gonna reach there.
Yeah, it's amazing. And while they were on the cruise,
Yeah.
I went to Sky Hotel to prepare their goodie bags and whatever.
Yeah.
And then we took a photo of them in the sea from the
the-
top of Sky Hotel, because Sky Hotel is right opposite the CTICC and has a full view of the harbour and the mountain. It has like the best views.
Wow.
They even build their beds according to their windows. So when you get on your bed is on a concrete like little mound, so that your mattress is the same level as the window.
What?
So you can look out across the sea when you're in your bed.
That's incredible,
And
man.
the beauty experience was the rooftop
Of?
of the Sky Hotel.
Yeah, they've got a roller coaster.
Yeah. So we saw it at night.
Yeah, they've got a roller coaster.
So we did that at night, that evening. When you see the whole city of Cape Town at night, this is where you see the beauty of Cape Town with the lights, the infrastructure. And by the way, this is all private infrastructure.
And it's safe.
And this is what we talk about.
Absolutely.
Tourism infrastructure, investment in your city and the city planning. As we were learning as well, when I talk about the infrastructure, you can see that there is proper town planning of the whole city, because there's roads in between, there's proper facilities. And when you look at a tourism destination, that's very key to have that type of infrastructure and the planning. And we went on the next day on 22nd floor. There's a balcony there.
That's right.
We could take even the view of Table Mountain, the view of all the sky rise. Just the beauty of Cape Town. You can experience it from the hotel sky.
That's beautiful.
And I must tell you, their food was magnificent. We had dinner at the captain's table, which is in a circle where you can look out across the city. And they served us with sushi first, and then lamb shank. And I don't know about you, but I never finished mine because that sushi was so divine. So we first had the sushi. Then thank heavens they decided to do platters of dessert rather than serve me with yet another bowl of food. But they do things like a Coyote Ugly, where you can dance on the counters. They do the same at Hotel Sky in Sandton. They have a lot of activities and fun events during the week that encourage the public to come. And then just in closing, I want to just say thanks to Masasi Transfer and Tours. They took us around Cape Town. Great drivers. Really, our driver was magnificent. He came with us on most of our activities because we insisted that he also get to see, because a lot of the drivers for transfer companies also can be tour guides.
Okay.
So we insisted that he came with us. So it was really, really awesome. And then we left the next day and had to come home. Oh,
so sad.
Yeah, it was
What terrible lives we live.
but that's what Travel Match does. If Travel Match matches tourism and travel to tourism in different countries. So that's where you are going to go with us next, because now you can get the feel of what it is we do, so that you can also experience it.
I am so excited about it. But before we close, I just want Sihle to just quickly, you got 5 minutes to tell us who you are, what you do, your business, and then tell us about the fair that's coming up. And we don't have much time. We got about 3 minutes or so.
Thank you so much, my brother. Also, just to wrap up on the Explore Cape Town, while I go into the intro, we had an experience of gastronomy which is experiencing different cuisines. We had the experience of agritourism, which is also experiencing landscapes, going into wine estates, and just the nature, the beauty of the land, the Table Mountains. So that's all. We talk about agritourism. We talk about that experience, and also we had the element of cultural, infusing into the culture when we had Painted Hoof, tasting the different wines, just their culture that they live there, and also what they eat and what you pay with the wines. So I must say it was a full-on experience with the city view, with the urban view. And then I will go into the mini intro myself, and I'll say intro has been done in the beginning. I'll add on to that. Sihle Dube. So I'm in MICE tourism, and also I do a lot of conferencing and eventing, but the major one is the second edition of the Embassies Business Fair and Conference. 8 and 9 September. It's happening at the CSIR International Convention Center. We talk trade, we talk investment, we talk market access in terms of entrance for your products and services into the global network. Distributors, investors, funders, please register on the webpage, which is embassiesbfc.com. embassiesbfc.com. Potential participants, which is exhibitors, you have an export ready product, please come through. And also we looking for potential partners in terms of collaborations with the international organizations and the Chamber of Commerce, because you sit with the distribution networks. Can we unlock the markets? Can we foster partnerships and collaborations and ensure that the world is trading? That's me.
Wow, that was the best, man. In a short space of time, you wrapped it all up. So, ladies, I look forward to the fair, and of course, we're going to be broadcasting from
and
there.
We're going to be doing fam trips with using travelmatch.co.za. You have to be verified. We vet you. You can apply, but we vet you first before you go. You can't just be anybody. You have to be in the travel and tourism space, or the media space, or corporate buyers, and then you can come with us on those trips. And we're in fact expecting quite a big international contingent to be traveling with us. We're going to Kruger's. One group's going to Kruger, one's going to the KZN area, one's going to Cape Town, and one's going to Port Elizabeth, because they've got that garden route. So we can't resist. You have to look at South Africa and think, which part do we send them to? Like, where are we going to send them? And we can't decide, like, we're hoping more people so we can actually unlock more potential for that.
I look forward to that.
Additionally, we're adding also like the business people on the trade and investment space. Like key manufacturers, key investors, key funders, and also international organizations, so that they start exploring South Africa, and also getting involved in the trade and investment space of tourism and other facilities via the fam trips. This is how you can know the country and know how to navigate and how to trade, and also who to trade with, and who are the key players, and who are the business leaders in South Africa.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful, ladies. My goodness, you have painted such a beautiful picture of our country. And I loved every moment of what you guys were describing on that trip. And I was so jealous, my friend. I'm not going to lie.
You don't have to get jealous. You just have to come along.
Oh, yeah.
Not
okay,
so.
That's true. It's
Come
that
along,
simple.
come along. That's all I can say.
Come along.
There we go. So the 8th and the 9th, that's the fair. And of course...
And it's at the CSR in Pretoria.
September.
Thank you very much, ladies. This is how we come to the end of our show. It was amazing to chat to both of you, and I love you both. And thank you very much for spending time with us. My friend, we're back again next week.
We are, and you have to download the app, because next week we're going to have a prize.
Okay.
So you have to have downloaded the app and sent us a message for our show. Any message will do.
Okay.
As long as it's about travel. Probably, I don't know, maybe a voice note about your travels. Something about that. We don't mind. We just want to laugh. We just want to have a smile. We want to just see what you listened to about Venezuela.
Okay.
That's a good idea. What's the name of the falls in Venezuela?
Oh, yeah.
That we talked about.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a prize ready. Yes, I think that's a great way to go. I'm Geniene Preston with Uncle Zach and Beyond the Itinerary.
There we go. Let's do this thing.